It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you, and welcome to the Science Bowl, the science quiz program here in the Prince George's County Public Schools, where we bring together elementary and middle school students and test their science IQs. Test your own, play along with us today. Let's meet today's teams. First, from Deerfield Run Elementary School, would you say hello to Jesus Gonzalez, Tay Wisa, and Danielle McTush. And from Rogers Heights Elementary School, here they are, Lillian Panamino, Melanie Ramirez Luna, and Aiden Langberg. And now, here are the questions that we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green Things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body Systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's Get Physical, questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on the Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty. The easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10, tougher ones worth 15, 20, ultimately 25. Toughest question of the ball. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And after the 2 rounds today, one of these 2 teams will come back to play Pointer Ridge for the chance to move on in our competition. Everybody looks like they're ready and raring to go over there. Some smiles and some looks of determination. Red team, Tay, try your buzzer for me, please. Thank you, young man. Good luck to you, to Danielle and to Jesus. And Melanie, would you try the green team's buzzer? It too looks like it's in fine shape. Good luck to you, Aiden, and to Lillian. Are we ready? All right, so we sit up straight. We give it our best smile. Let's have a great game. We go alphabetically D before R. So Deerfield, Run, and Tay, let's play the bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Team's legend has it that St. Patrick drove all of the snakes from Ireland. And the Pied Piper did the same thing for these mammals. Deerfield, Run.
The children?
Not the children, not the children. These mammals, got rid of these mammals considered vermin in Hamelin, Germany. The Pied Piper did. What you got? Those were the rats. The rats. The Pied Piper of Hamelin charmed the rats and they all drowned in the river. Some versions, Tay, of the story say that, yes, the children were also taken out of town. But I was heading for the rats, which is why I was going to throw in the word vermin there. Good try, though. Go again, please. Red.
Body Systems for 10. Body Systems for 10.
Body Systems for 10 points. Teams, heat stroke is far more dangerous than heat exhaustion because the body's temperature rises up to 105 and you can't cool yourself because you don't make any of this. Rogers Heights.
Sweat.
Yeah, you don't sweat then, and that's the very dangerous thing. You can't bring your body temperature down. Good. Go green.
How about Body Systems for 15?
Body Systems for 15 points. Teams, gallstones and kidney stones are stones you do not want in your body. But you have other stones known as otoliths that are found in what sense organ that help you to detect gravity and keep your balance? Tay.
Your nerves?
Not your nerves. What sense organ contains these otoliths, stones that help you detect gravity and keep your balance? Rogers Heights.
Your stomach.
Give me an answer, please. What you got?
Your cells?
Your cell. What are sense organs? Sense organs are eyes, ears, nose, tongue. Otoliths are in your ear. Remember, that's how your balance is maintained. Ear stones they are. Try again, green.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, roots and logs belong in the green things category. Yeah, they're parts of plants. But there's another subject you study in school that has roots and logs. Can you tell me what subject that is? It's not science, it's what? Roots and logs, Deerfield Run.
Math.
Math, that's right. Jesus knew that one, exactly right. Good, red. Tie score 60 all.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, the best competitors when they play tennis at the U.S. Open are called the top this, the same name as we give to the reproductive parts of plants that we put in the ground. Deerfield.
The roots?
Nope. The reproductive parts of the plants that we put in the ground. The top what?
The seeds.
Top seeds. That's right. Serena Williams, top seed. Go. Green.
How about Zoo Parade for 15?
Zoo Parade for 15 points. Teams, this dog's olfactory membranes are 40 times larger than humans, which is why its evidence is admissible in U.S. courthouses. Name that dog. Its olfactory membranes are 40 times larger than ours. So any evidence they come up with, it's admissible in court. Come on, Deerfield.
The greyhound.
Not a greyhound. Good try.
A pit bull?
What does olfactory mean? Smell. What dog has the best smell? Who knows now?
The German Shepherd.
Nope, not the German Shepherd. Melanie?
The bloodhound?
The bloodhound was the answer we would have given you points for. That's exactly right. Okay, try again, green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know that Luke Skywalker's home planet of Tatooine had not one, but 2 of these solar bodies in the sky. 2 what, Tay?
2 moons.
No. Rogers Heights. 2 of these solar bodies in the sky. Come on.
Stars?
What does solar mean? Sun. 2 suns. Go again, green.
Science Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, a species of ant that sucks the blood from its own larvae to get nutrition, does not kill the larvae, is named because of what it does for this Transylvanian character. Tay.
The vampire ant.
Give me a more famous vampire.
The Dracula ant.
That's exactly right. It's the Dracula ant. Good. All right, Tay. All right, we've come to our first juncture here, the end of the first round. It's 65 all, Deerfield Run in Rogers Heights, and we'll be back with the second half. Just a moment. Don't go away.
I started mentoring my mentee, Dantre, 4 years ago. I always thought about doing it. It always seemed like a good idea.
We were both nervous when we first met, but everything kind of fell into place.
Mentoring is important to anyone that's pretty fortunate in life to have a little bit of time to pass on that knowledge.
Etienne's a very close friend. I look at him as a brother and a father figure. He taught me just focus on the big picture because I would like to give back just like Etienne gave back to me. Be someone who matters to someone who matters.
If you're like most families, you probably have video game fans in your home. But not every game is right for every kid, which is where the ESRB ratings come in. They help parents make informed decisions for their kids. And there's an easy-to-use mobile app that gives you detailed info on specific game ratings. Video game consoles have parental controls that you can set to block certain games by age rating, so they get all the fun, and you get peace of mind.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Nice to have you here today. We're still at the beginning of our elementary games here in this, our 30th season, and we have 6 young people here today, some of whom have been here before and their experience shows. Let's go meet the teams. Let's go first to Deerfield Run up there in Laurel, Maryland, right there on Route 197. And Tay, nice to have you back again. You played so well last year. Mr. Tucker is out there, Mr. Seth Tucker, your sponsor. And who's the principal out there?
Mrs. Wall.
Wonderful. And I know she's out there rooting for you. Any alternates on your team, Tay?
Kamari Scott, Abdullah and Christina Faitusin.
Wow, and you remembered all those names without a cue card. You're just a great guy, and we'll bring them out with Mr. Tucker in just a few moments here. Tell me about Deerfield Run. I always like to hear what it's like to really go to school there, and why do you get up in the morning and say, boy, I can't wait to go to school?
Because there's so many fun activities and fun teachers there that are always ready to teach you, and the kids are always ready to learn.
That's important, yeah. And you know, the teacher set the tone, as does the principal. And if they're excited about learning, it's communicated to you guys, and they're lucky to get students like you, because you're exactly what they train for and they look for as well. You're a good player, Tay. Tell me what you want to do someday.
I want to be a lawyer, like of crimes and helping people, like put other people in jail and take people that are going to jail out of jail.
Right, yeah, because sometimes they're imprisoned improperly, you know, and they need a good lawyer to fight their case. And you have a nice, calm demeanor. I can see you doing that, and I like how you consult, and lawyers have to do that. Danielle, nice to have you with us today. Tell us the Danielle story. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to watch TV. I like to just study. I like to go on YouTube and just watch, like, I just watch, like, the Science Bowl and just go over the questions a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you for the nice plug there for Science Bowl, too. We appreciate that. And you want to be a dentist someday?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good one because, you know, dentists can be intimidating, and you have a nice, calm manner about you. Hey, Sue, it's nice to have you here today. Now, Danielle wants to go to Harvard, and Tay wants to go to Yale. And Jesus, you want to go to Harvard as well,
yes.
right? So you're going to be all Ivy Leaguers, huh? Yeah, what do you want to do, Jesus, when you get older?
I want to become an engineer and scientist.
Yeah, well, you're in the right place, because I asked you earlier why you wanted to be here, and you said, well, I like science, right? So this is the place you want to be. You're playing a nice game. You keep it up. Rogers Heights, nice to have you guys here today. Melanie, nice to see you back. Really enjoy all those ties you have on over there. Boy, lots of good color for television. And just like Deerfield, they're wearing their uniform, so too are you. And Melanie, you're a safety patrol. I see your green sash over there. Melanie, why did you want to come back this year?
Well, I really wanted to come back this year because the challenge that I had last year was a hard step to do, and now this year I'm more ready than last year. So I really wanted to get into the competition.
And we so enjoy having you back again. And you know, it's really nervous the first time you're here. And then now you kind of know what's going to come along, and you're doing a nice job here today. Who's the principal at Rogers Heights?
Miss Bottoms.
Miss Bottoms, and she's out there rooting for you. And Miss Brown, I know she's a great sponsor. She always sends us great teams. She's out there, and she's going to come out on set in just a few moments. Do you have any alternates on your team?
Yes, we only have Rocio Preto.
Wonderful, and we'll bring Rocio out in just a few moments here. I'll ask you what I asked Tay. Best thing about Rogers Heights, what would you say?
Well, the best thing about Rogers Heights is the teachers, because instead of making it hard work at our school, the teachers make it more funner and more easier to learn.
Yeah, and learning can be hard, but you know, if there's fun along the way, you're willing to put up with it. And in addition to Miss Brown, I know Mr. Walker is here with you. And we were over at your school not too long ago when all these apples were brought to your school, and he played Johnny Appleseed to great acclaim. And Mr. Walker, nice to have you here. We'll bring you out in a few moments too. When you get older, Melanie, what are you going to do?
I really want to be an inventor and help people around the globe.
Wow. Well, we're lucky to have you here, and I know you're going to come up with something good. Yeah, kind of like the Segway, you know, that thing you can ride. Those inventions are terrific. Lillian, you want to go into ophthalmology someday, yeah? Yeah, because your glasses, those that wear glasses or should be wearing glasses in my case here, you know, that's very important. You have to be able to see well. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to ride bikes.
Yeah, and you wear your helmet just some of the time, don't you?
Yes.
I want you to wear it all the time, Lillian. You're a nice player. Good to have you here. And Aiden, you never wear your helmet. I don't know why I'm even talking to you. I'm glad you're out there on the bike because it's great exercise. But yeah, be careful out there. What do you want to do someday? You want to get into informational technology, huh?
Correct.
IT? That's it? How'd you get interested in that?
My mother works for a computer laboratory.
Yeah, so you're kind of following her footsteps. How she's influenced you. Well, good to have you here today. Let's get back into our game. Tie score, 65 all, lots of points to give away. And remember, listen for the clues. Listen for the clues. Let's have a good second round. Go, Red. Tay.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. All right, let's see how your geography IQ is as well. Teams, the 8th largest city in California, right across from San Francisco, is named for these sturdy trees that produce... Deerfield, run.
Sacramento?
Not Sacramento. Now remember the category, green things here, okay? This 8th largest city in California, Rogers Heights, which sits right across from San Francisco, is named for these sturdy trees that produce acorns.
Oak trees.
What's the city? What you got?
Oakland City.
Oakland, yes, it is called Oakland, California, right across from San Francisco, home of the Oakland Raiders, the football team. Come on, Aiden, you know how to jump in here. Go green.
Body assistance for 5.
Body assistance for 5 points. Teams, if when you go home today, the Publishers Clearinghouse people were there with balloons telling you won $10 million, I want to be your best friend if that happens. Could be that your mandible starts to sag, which is another way of saying what bone will start to drop because you are so amazed. Mandible is another name for what bone, Deerfield, run?
Pass it to Danielle.
Come on, Danielle.
Your knee.
No, not your knee. What body part is going to drop? What body part is a synonym for your mandible?
The ribs.
You know, if you tell me something that I can't get over, what am I going to do? My jaw drops. Your jaw drops, okay? How many of you have seen those ads on TV for the Big Bang Theory where they show Sheldon's jaw dropping down? That's an expression when you're kind of amazed. Okay, try again, Green.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade for 10 points. All right, teams. The only insects that can be called this term, that is usually given to all insects, belong to the order Hemiptera. Usually, instead of calling insects insects, we call them these. Tay?
Bugs?
Bugs, that's exactly right. And the true bugs belong to that order Hemiptera, like stink bugs. Those are true bugs. Okay, Red, go.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline science for 10 points. Teams, if people are overweight and are unable to exercise, doctors now say that they can get the benefits of exercise, some of them, by eating ascorbic acid, which is another name for vitamin what? Give me the right letter, Deerfield.
Vitamins.
C?
C is right. Yes, ascorbic acid is C. You get it from citrus fruits in many ways. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, your question is as follows. 22,300 miles above the Earth is a sweet spot called geostationary orbit. That's where a satellite travels at the same rate as the Earth spins on its axis, and it keeps the satellite directly over what imaginary line? Deerfield, run.
The axis?
No, not the axis. What imaginary line does the satellite stay above? An imaginary line that divides the Earth in half.
The equator.
The equator, that's right. Okay, thanks, Lillian. Go, Melanie, your turn.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. Teams, we are looking for other planets like Earth where life could be possible. Astronomers say they're looking for that zone that's not too hot, not too cold, and they've named this zone for the little girl who was very finicky when she broke into the house of the 3 bears. Deerfield, run.
Goldilocks?
Goldilocks, yes, they call it the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, where maybe a habitable planet can be found. Go, Red.
Dateline science for 5.
Dateline science for 5 points. Teams, your question is as follows. President Obama recently became the first president ever to travel above 66 degrees north latitude, an area that is close to the poles. It's the frigid zone, and the imaginary line he crossed was known as the Arctic what? Deerfield, run.
The prime meridian?
No, not the prime meridian. He crossed an imaginary line into this frigid zone, otherwise known as the Arctic what?
The Arctic border.
Circle. Arctic Circle. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Where next?
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams on the International Space Station, there is no water that comes out of the tap. They have to recycle their urine. The Russians purify that urine with forms of silver. We American astronauts sterilize our water with the chemical element with the symbol I. What does the I stand for? What chemical element is that is used to purify water? If you're a scout, you have little tablets like that, and you can put it into the water you take out of a creek. Deerfield, run.
Chlorine?
Has to begin with an I. Has to begin with an I. Rogers Heights?
Iron.
Not iron. Good try. Iodine. Iodine. You know the iodine you can put on cuts? Iodine, that same element. Okay, try again, Red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, instead of going into a deep, deep sleep, if their food supply starts to disappear, polar bears will go into a kind of waking form of this deep sleep that most bears go into. What do we call that, Deerfield, run?
Hibernation.
Hibernation, that's right. Good. Go, Red.
Daylight science for 15.
Daylight science for 15 points. Teams, in the movie Jurassic World, the people who ran the park said that we need some kind of new attraction because people are getting bored. They are treating the Triceratops dinosaurs as if they were just like ordinary pachyderms. A pachyderm is what kind of modern day animal? Tay? What's a pachyderm?
A horse?
Not a horse, no. A Triceratops must look like this thing. You know, what modern day pachyderm, what modern day animal were the people in the park thinking that Triceratops, oh, it's just like one of those.
A bird.
An elephant. An elephant. They were treating Triceratops like it was an elephant. Try again, Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points is a multiple choice question. Teams, if you're growing a plant for your science fair experiment, instead of staying all green, it's kind of all long and yellow. Is it suffering from jaundice, anthracnose, or chlorosis? Which one, Deerfield?
Chlorosis?
Chlorosis, yeah. And you gave me that answer probably because you heard chlorophyll in there, right? Which makes it green. Good thinking. Good answer. Go, Red.
Daylight science for 20. Daylight science for 20.
Daylight science for 20 points, teams. Scientists say that 3 people have saved more lives than anybody else in history. One came up with better crops, one came up with better fertilizer, but Edward Jenner saved more lives than practically anybody else. Tay?
Because he created the vaccine.
For? What disease?
Smallpox.
Got it. Bingo. Good. Go.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, a former New York Yankees son had a condition called craniosynostosis, whereby these bones fused together too soon right after that boy was born. Bones that are found where? Remember, the disease is called craniosynostosis. Where might those bones be that fused together too soon? If you've ever had a baby brother or sister, you should know this.
Your head?
Your head, that's right, your skull or your cranium, because those bones are soft. Well, you have to be careful with a young baby before those bones fuse. Go, Red.
Let's get physical for 20. Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Your answer will be a number. It will be a number. Some people today are drinking coconut water. They buy it at the store because tap water has too much acid in it. So the coconut water helps to balance it out, which means if you know what pH is about, that coconut water has to have a number that is alkaline or basic, higher than what number? Higher than what number? All right, Tay.
10.
Not 10, good try. Has to have a number higher than what number if it's basic or alkaline to help to counteract acidity?
Higher than 1?
Higher than 7 was the right answer. Go 7. Ooh, 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 ooh. The buzzer says our game is over. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't go away.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. Some good players here today, some tough questions, but they acquitted themselves very nicely. We're proud of them all. Our final tally today is Rogers Heights 90, Deerfield Run 170, and boy, they're waving and smiling already over there. Danielle and Tay and Jesus and their shadow team back there. Look at them all waving to you right now. Rocio and let's see, who else do we have back there? Kamari and Christina. I know you're going to be back and play our game again. And Rogers Heights, let's see some big smiles over there. Lillian, you did a nice job. Melanie, it was great to have you back. Aiden, hope you enjoyed yourself here today. Rocio, good to have you with us. I know you knew some of those answers as well. Mr. Walker, thanks for helping out. Ms. Brown, thank you for all you've done over the years. Great supporter of Science Bowl. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.